Hey guys! So finally this is part 2 of my art style challenge, 20 art style challenge. I know part 1 was posted over a year ago and it definitely should not have taken me this long to do part 2. There's absolutely no excuse for that and I am very sorry, but it is finally finished and I am proud of the product overall. So here are the final 10 art styles I chose to imitate and a little bit of thought process behind that, and I really hope you enjoy it. If you haven't seen part 1, please go watch it first. I will leave the link in the description below, and yeah, enjoy! So the first style that we are looking at right now is My Life as a Teenage Robot, which was a cartoon on Nickelodeon back when I was watching Nickelodeon. It was one of my favorite cartoons of that time. I remember always liking the art style. I thought it was super cool, pretty angular. It wasn't an art style I saw very often, at least, myself. Definitely, it's been around or whatever. I don't really remember the plot too much, but I do remember liking the character designs, and I remember liking the enemies. There was always a different bad guy, and they had some really, really cool designs. And I remember having crushes on some of the characters. They were cute, especially for a little girl, Leslie. So it's definitely just, I really need to rewatch it because I think it's on Hulu or something. But yeah, a favorite cartoon from back then. Moving on. So the next art style we are looking at is Hetalia. So this is one of the first anime that I got super obsessed with. It's actually the only anime I own on DVD. I think I own the first 3 seasons, and I don't think I've watched anything beyond that. But I know there's more, and I know there was an art style change somewhere. I don't know if it was in a movie or something. But I just remember looking up the references for this was kind of confusing just because there's the old style and then there's the newer style. So I got, I don't know if my style here is correct to either of them. But I remember always loving the soft art style. It was a little hard for me to replicate just because I feel like my art isn't very soft, so I don't have a lot of experience with that, but it was super fun. And I really don't think Luca matches this aesthetic very much. He looks so out of place to me, but it was fun. And the next art style I chose was Gintama, which I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but it is absolutely the funniest anime I have ever watched ever in my whole life. I adore it, and I think it needs more recognition, especially because nobody really recognized the art style when I posted it, and that could totally be just on my part for not doing it correctly, but I don't know many people who watch it, so please watch it. But I don't necessarily enjoy the art style, especially the facial expressions are not my favorite at all, but I just really wanted to put this show out there. It deserves so much more recognition. The characters are absolutely amazing. The female characters are my favorite of all time. I don't think I've loved every single character in an anime as much as I do with this one. But yeah, and I don't know, that's pretty much it. Love the show. Art style, not my favorite, but fantastic either way. And the next one is My Hero Academia, whatever. I adore this art style. I love all the characters. I love their designs. They're so unique, especially in just their faces. They all have unique faces, and I feel like that's kind of hard to pull off in anime. I feel like there's a lot of anime that suffer from same face syndrome, and of course I am not one to talk because I myself suffer from that, but I feel like it's okay to point it out. But I really love the character designs and the characters themselves. I love the protagonist, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on it. It's a great show. I watched it when I was going through some hard stuff in life, and it was the only show that was able to distract me from my hard life stuff. So I owe a lot to this show, and yeah, I think Luca looks, I don't know, not that great in this. Okay, so the next art style I did was Enchantment, which is a show on Netflix, and it did take me a while to get into it. I had to watch a couple of episodes to get into it, and personally, I am not a huge fan on the art style, but I do appreciate it for what it is. And so even though I'm not a huge fan on it. I wanted to imitate it just because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And it was a super simple and super easy style to imitate. I do feel like I put way more effort into the background though. I don't actually record background things just because I feel like it would take too long for me, but you will see in the finished product that the background has way more detail than the actual character. But yeah, it's a pretty good show, and I did enjoy it, you know, like for what it was. So that's a thing. Paper Mario. So I have never actually played this game, but I watched the game Grumps playthrough religiously. And I think the art style is so freaking cute. I adore it, and I really wanted to see Luca in it. I do not think he fits in at all. His colors are too dark, and his, like, I don't know, he's just not a very good character design that fits in with this world at all. But the game itself, I really enjoyed watching. And I enjoy the art style and the beautiful bright colors. Like, I adore anything with bright colors. It's just, I don't know, it just attracts me to the art. And this is actually one of the few backgrounds that, of course, you don't see right now, but it's one of the few backgrounds that I really enjoyed drawing. I had more fun drawing the background than Luca himself, so I don't know, that's a bummer, but yeah. Don't really like how this turned out though. So the next art style is Rick and Morty, and I actually wasn't sure whether I should go through with this art style, just because I know like the fandom has not a very great reputation and stuff. But then I realized, you know, I did Voltron and I did Hetalia, and those are known for having some weird fandoms as well, some very intense ones. So, I mean, what was really stopping me from doing Rick and Morty? So again, I am not really into like the adult cartoon art styles at all, but I decided that I would go through with it, that I would try it out, just because, again, out of my comfort zone, and I ended up really enjoying it. I don't know if I got it 100% correct, but I think the pupils made it very obvious that it was Rick and Morty. I feel like it is a very unique thing to that art style, so people recognized it, and overall it was a pretty fun art style to copy. Okay, next art style is Hilda. So Hilda is absolutely the cutest, sweetest show I have seen in a very long time. It is a cartoon on Netflix, and I feel like a lot of people haven't heard of this. A lot of people in my comments did not know about this show, but it is a very cute fantasy cartoon, and the art style is absolutely charming. I immediately knew when I saw it that I had to try this art style. And the characters are very cute. I love Alfred. That is why I ended up adding him into the final product, which you will see later. But shout out to the Mara episode. There's an episode on Mara, which are like demons, I guess, like the teenage girls who are demons who cause nightmares to people, and it just reminded me of Luca and what he was inspired by, what his species was inspired by, so it just made me super excited. The next art style is Animal Crossing, and this is again one of the very few art styles I have no history with. Most of the art styles that I tried to imitate, I had some kind of like experience like growing up with and stuff, but I have never played an Animal Crossing game ever. The closest thing I got was Pocket Camp, which obviously doesn't really count as like an official game. It was just an app, but the art style is super iconic, so I knew I had to give it a shot. Like, there is absolutely no way I can skip over that one. I really love the soulless smile that you'll see the villager have a lot. I think it's hilarious. So I really wanted, again, I thought Luca would go really great with that look. I ended up giving him like the angry eyes though, so I kind of wish I would have just given him the soulless smile, but it's fine. And I got really lazy with this one. I didn't even attempt the 3D style like I did with Splatoon, so I don't think it's super on point. And the last art style is Shira. So Shira is another cartoon Netflix show that just came out, a reboot of the original from the 80s, right? I have mixed feelings on this show. I really like the art style a lot. I think it's cute and colorful, and I just really enjoy it. It's my cup of tea. And I love the character designs a lot. is not my favorite show, like writing wise, and I feel like I'm not gonna get some comments. Well, yeah, but it's a good show. Just not my favorite. But I thought the art style was pretty recognizable, especially with like the blush that all the characters have. I really like that. I thought that was a super cute, I don't know, just super cute. And so I really wanted Luca to have that, so I attempted it. I got really lazy with the background. I feel like I got lazy with this one overall just because I was almost done. So yeah, but it's not like my least favorite one, so yeah. And that's it. That was my last one. So 20 art styles done. Over a year worth of stuff. I'm so sorry again, but I did it, and I'm just really happy that I finished it no matter how long I took. And I do actually plan on doing this again, by the way. I know it sounds so dumb because it took me so long, but I plan on doing this again with a different character, probably Mace, just because I feel like I haven't drawn him in a long time, and he's like my second favorite character, so I need to draw him. And I want to do this again with him, but the art styles I choose are going to be some of my favorite artists, like from Twitter and Instagram and stuff. I feel like, there's some crazy, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely art styles out there for my favorite artists, and I'm so excited to try it out on a different character. So if you want to see that, let me know if you have some cool artists that you love following that you think I need to check out. Again, let me know in the comments down below. I am always interested in following new artists. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for this. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.